Hello children, welcome back to our online classes once more. So today we are going to start with debate writing, and I believe after this lecture you will come to know what is a debate, how to write a debate, the format of a debate and the marking scheme of the debate. Right? With these points in our mind, we'll have to look forward to the lecture. Let's begin the lecture. Speakers are made, not born. So, if you are not a speaker today, you can be made into a very good speaker, and obviously for that we have to wag our tongues. We have to make ourselves very, very tongue smart. Once we are tongue smart, we can be a very good speaker, a very confident speaker, and we can be anywhere with the command of our tongue. So I am wishing you all the best, and after this lecture I want to listen to some of your strong arguments in favor and against on your voice recorder. Right? Let's go ahead with the lesson. Speakers, as I said, are made, not born. What is a debate? Debate is a formal contest of argumentation. Now children, we must have already become very familiar with the two words official, formal and informal. Formal means official, informal means unofficial. So formal and informal, this is a formal contest, official contest with some rules and regulations of argumentation. Parties defend and attack. The two parties, they defend and attack each other. Persuasive speech. What do we mean by persuasive speech? Persuasive speech means it is a kind of persuasion, convincing. You need to convince your opponent or your audience. You need to convince your arguments why you are supporting or why you are defending. So it is a persuasive speech. Now we are going to look at the format. Have a look at the format. Now debate writing starts with salutation. Format. Debate writing starts with salutation. What do I mean by salutation? Salutation means address the jury and the audience very, very respectfully. Address the jury and the audience very respectfully. So what can be the language that can be used? The language that can be used for this: respected chairperson, members of the jury, and my dear friends. You can use this sentence in the beginning, in the salutation part. Respected chairperson, members of the jury or honorable members of the jury, and my dear friends. And if you are not able to remember so much, you can simply begin with good morning ladies and gentlemen, or good morning everyone, good morning everybody, a warm morning to one and all present here. So these things can also be used. We are moving on to introduction. Introduction should begin with a hook. What do I mean by hook? Hook means any kind of quotation, question tag, interesting facts and figures can be used for introduction. So any kind of question tag, any kind of quotation, any kind of interesting facts and figures on the topic. Okay? Don't say today it is so warm and sunny. Nothing like that. You have to relate your facts and figures to the topic. So, interesting facts and figures. So this will have to be very, very particular about introduction. And then we move on to the stand. Taking the stand. What do I mean by taking the stand? I mean to say I have to state whether I am in favor or against. So what is the language that I have to write here? The motion tabled before us by the House is. You will name the motion. I am repeating myself. The motion tabled before the House is ... You will put the name of the motion and state whether you are speaking strongly in favor of that motion or firmly against the motion. So, taking the stand and writing this language here. The motion, or you can start like this. I name yourself. Okay? Stand strongly in favor of the motion of the House, okay, tabled before us today. Okay, strongly in favor. Here you are not going to forget. If you are against the motion, you are not going to forget that language also. That language has to be stand vehemently. Please remember this language, against. Okay, if you are in favor, you will write I, Soma Sen, stand strongly in favor of the motion of the House. Should uniforms be continued in school? Or if I am forgetting that question, uniforms should be continued in school. So table before us today, or I, Soma Sen, stand vehemently against the motion of the House. Uniforms should be continued in school. Table before us today. Okay. So like that we have to continue. Number 4, I am rubbing the board. Here you can write being tabled before us today. Okay. Now rubbing the board for the 4th point. The 4th point would be you have taken your stand, you have introduced yourself, you have addressed the audience. Now comes the main points. There should be at least 3 to 4 main points. Okay, there should be at least 3 to 4 main points in support of your stand. In support of your argument. Okay, and 2 points negating. Negating means rejecting, opposing. Okay, negating your opponent. So at least 8 to 10 strong points you will have to understand. Here 3 to 4, because some points might be in common with each other. With your friend some points might be common. So please understand 3 to 4 main points when you go for real live show on the stage. So that time you need to prepare some backup. Okay, so keep 10 points like that. 3 to 4 main points or 5 to 6 main points you must keep. For writing skills, you don't have to bother about so much because writing skill is a pen and paper test. It is not a live test. For writing skills, 3 to 4 main points are more than enough. And 2 points you should keep for opposing your opponent. And in real life show, you have to keep a minimum of 4 points because you might stand in common with your partner. So that way, you have to keep some backup ready. So 3 to 4 and 2 points for your opponent. Now, here comes the catch. What is the catch? First of all, strong example has to be there to support your data, to support your argument. Then we have to have interesting facts and figures. Okay. And there are some question tags which you must put forward to your audience. Like supposing if it is if the motion of the house is uniforms should be continued in school. So if you are in favor of the motion, you will say that yes, I think that uniforms should be continued in school. Instead of saying such a blunt statement, you can always say, could you tell me, is there any better way to bring unity among children other than uniform? You put forward a question like this. When you put forward a question like this, obviously the same statement gains a better respect in the eyes of the jury. So you will have to understand what kind of questions you have to frame or you have to write. Could you tell me? This is one kind, open-ended questions always. Okay? What do you think about? What do you think about? Okay? Then you can also say, what's your opinion about? What's your opinion about? Okay? You can also say, may I ask you, could you please tell me? May I ask you? Could someone please tell me? These kind of questions, at least 2 to 3 questions should be there in your write-up. So that gives, a variety, a professionalism and a formal look, a formal outlook to your debate writing. Now comes the conclusion. In conclusion, we have to now comes the conclusion. The 5th point, conclusion. In conclusion, we have to conclude with the strongest point. Okay, we have to conclude with the strongest point and reiterate your stand once again. Support your stand once again. Stand once again. Again, you can use a quotation. Use a quotation. Okay, if possible. If you remember, fine. If you don't remember, then it is up to you. You can end it with your strongest point in support or against the motion. So that is all for debate writing. I believe you have understood the format, and the marking scheme here stands as marking scheme We have format, 1 mark. Content, we have 4 marks. Okay. And for expression, that includes your grammatical accuracy, coherence, fluency, the points, number of points that you are building. So expression has got 5 marks. Okay. Grammatical accuracy and language has got 5 marks, content 4 marks, and that gives us 10 marks for debate writing. I believe everything is clear. Take care of yourselves, be happy, and be good speakers too. Right? That's all. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you.